Get it up with my click, yo. Y'all really get it up with my click, yo. I like the boy, I like the trick. 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 I'll bring on president, president. My click is brilliant, brilliant. Y'all click is the most man. My click is the man for the gay. Y'all click is the one that's carrying. My click is the boy, so beat your ass. Y'all click is the taking hands up in there. My click is the second blood out there. Y'all click is the freaking unavailable. My click is the dog one pivoted. Y'all click is the 22 having it. My click is the top of street sweeping it. Y'all click won't have out selling it. My click is the 30 bird moving it. Y'all click is the disagree and my click is the French ready going. Y'all really getting back with my click, yo. 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 I don't like them boy, I like them trick. I don't like them boy, I like them trick. I don't like them boy, I like them trick. I don't like them boy, I like them trick. It's like beautiful and little China. So if you pump good, keep it cool good. Do you pump good? Do the pump good? Get your chest of burning ass in the trunk good. You wanna tell me?
Yo,
Straight to hell, man. And the shot done. Come the scalp the done. And when I felt y'all really getting back with my click, yo. 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 Yeah, yeah. I see you when you little click up in the club. I see you, boy. I see you, boy. But you know what? Hey, get down with mother real quick. Get a cube. Here we come, boy. Real, shoot the kill, better run, boy. Or you can tell me how I feel. I'm the real bitch that you gon' get up looking stiff, no better. Better do what I say, cause I'm insane in the brain. And I got big chains in my brain. Real, never change. Just let it bang. Daddy said let him hang. Cut him like it's butter, man. Ski, no, that's the other man. Cause my ski never leak out the rubber, man. DNA ain't worth for drinking DNA. That crazy that have your ass off DNJ. Fake, got me real. Till my peoples come around, it's like night and day. The God and the way she pray. I'm finna get Tony, no, that's the payout. Running this, y'all click gang shoot. We running this, y'all click gang shoot. We in the club getting drunk, you in the club getting stoned. We in the club getting drunk, you in the club getting stoned. We in the hood on the block, you in the hood getting shot. We in the hood on the block, you in the hood getting shot. With the show you walking down, you put the right of right and left. With the show you walking down, you put the right of right and left.
yo,
Sad baby. Say the real roll call.
roll call.
Where the reels at? Man, Ice Cube, Little John. Hey, I had to go and pump that, man. That's one of my hypest Ice Cube songs. And you know what I'm saying? I could have went with so many more. You know, Ice Cube is that dude. And he got so many hits. You know what I'm saying? Take it back to 86.
Oh,
You know, and I can't even start on 88. Easy does it. I mean, like, man, come on, man. Y'all, man. I let you, man. This your boy Lavert Andrews. Birmingham, let's talk. This your boy Lavert Andrews.
it's Birmingham. Let's talk. This your boy Jonathan Haddon, and man, so much to hit on real quick. What's good, fam? Cliff, I see you in the building. Man, so much to talk about, but I got to just give a shout out to all the haters of Cube this week. I mean, y'all showed out the last couple of weeks, man. We need to get some clarity on Cube. Y'all got to back up off my dude, man.
Yeah, killing Cube.
But real talk, we got a couple of issues before we get into our main topic. What's up, Coach? What's up, Lamar? How are you, man?
Coach on there.
Got the owner on there. The owner in the building. And not only is he in the building, I see my boy Cliff in the building.
Yes, sir.
So man, like I said, man, it's just the week ending. What is Wednesday? Good
Yeah, man,
lord.
we had to go on shoot the special edition, man. You know, Birmingham Let's Talk. I see Facebook blowing up. I see, man, it's black folk, man.
Ah, well, we start with this.
You going back to school? What you doing, man? I don't know. Did you pop that up there?
Yeah, it's back to school. This is an old one, but it's back to school. We go. So
Nah.
on Monday Night Live, Tuesday Night Live. Next Monday, the Birmingham City School teachers will report back to school for a blended instructional model. The elementary students will report back on the 6th of November. I'm sorry, the 9th of November, and then the high school are to report back on the 16th. A lot of mixed emotions in the city. I saw some out of town people chiming in. A lot of teachers are about to call it quits. They're saying that they're done. What y'all think, man? School has been a hot topic since June, and now we have decided and made a decision based on data. They say, but then it's based on data, but the numbers are going up. I don't know. What y'all think? Got very mixed emotions.
It can't be based on data. Can't be based on data. All the data, recent data shows increase in COVID and numbers. I'm with Wifey. I think it's a lot of mixed emotions, and I believe that there are some emotional decisions being made.
Wow. I'm with you on that.
One administrator who said that she had some teachers was letting it go.
Well, I think that's predominantly what we've seen in the data from the polls, the surveys. A lot of teachers are like, "Hey, I got to learn with this technology. I ain't got time for this. I'm 65. I'm just gonna go and call it quits." Now, you put them in a situation where they got to go back, and they're just not ready to go back because they got health issues.
Say 65-year-olds. What about 41-year-olds?
Well, them too.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
We got a lot of students in various places all over the city of Birmingham who have issues pertaining to health. A lot of our children stay with grandmamas, and so to come to school, return home to those, it's going to be an interesting situation. My trust is in the Lord. I'm trusting the process.
Trust the process.
It's very complicated.
So we're just looking at it because we are teachers, so this does affect us. I have a class with 34 students in it. So even if they have that class, still cannot socially distance at 6 feet apart with 17 students in my class. That's not possible. And my class is not the smallest classroom in the school. There are classrooms that are much smaller than mine. I'm trying to see how you're going to be able to socially, have socially distant class in person.
I got 32 in one class. And so I'm trying to figure it out, even if we do A and B. So now you're going to be teaching two different ways. And I get it. Colleges have been doing it, hybrid model. They're doing a little bit of virtual, a little bit of in-person instruction. But, man, you're asking teachers to do a lot. Asking teachers to do a lot in a very short period of time.
Okay, so I got a question already. I like it. I want to talk on it. How do we find a way to live in this environment? We're playing sports, so is it possible? All right, so I was just listening today. They were talking about Florida. The University of Florida shut down all athletic activities. And what they said was, what happened was they went on an away trip to Texas A&M. And they came back, they had like 19 COVID cases following their trip to Texas A&M. Well, what happened on the trip? They were on an airplane, close confined space. They in Texas A&M locker room, which is much smaller than the locker room that they use at Florida. You know what I'm saying? So it's on the road, they were in confined situations where they really are not. So our kids who are playing ball right now, the only time we have been in the locker room this year are at games, and most of those were large spaces, like in a gym, or when we know that we were in a gym at we went last week. They had us in the gym. Fairfield, they had us in the gym.
Yeah.
We at Legion Field, the locker room is large enough where everybody can spread out and actually get away from each other. But in a small classroom, see, that's the thing. Going to school is different. It's a small classroom. And the thing about playing a sport, you're around those people daily. All right. I have students that work. They got jobs. They come in, they sit in my little classroom, cough 2 times, go to work. That whole class is going to be shut down.
Yeah. And especially without testing, right?
No subs. We already short on subs, short on bus drivers.
And I get it. And I saw another comment said that Miles shut down as well. I mean, we've already discussed it. We don't have to beat this barrel too many more times, but there are some real issues with the logistics of it all. I know every school but Ramsey and Woodlawn got a new school, so those classrooms are a lot larger than where we are. I just don't see you got to have proper ventilation and some other issues, concerns that I've heard. But shout out to the AFT, American Federation of Teachers, Birmingham rep, who kind of gave some insight into what was going on behind the scenes. And without going too far off surface level, he left it really at surface level. He basically said that this is an election year and that there's a lot of politics involved. My thing is, does politics overrule safety and health of your staff and of your scholars? That's a question I would have liked to have heard a response to, or maybe some expounded on. And furthermore, every system is different. Tuscaloosa went back a few weeks ago. They're already seeing spikes in numbers. I got a text from a good friend of mine down that way, and teachers are already at home. So if the teacher is at home with COVID, they're not able to teach every time. Some of these people have other issues where they can't get on because they can barely breathe. It's going to be an interesting scenario. And what's up? Shout out to the Huffman Vikes. And we changing classes. Wow. Okay.
Hey, man, they serious about this herd immunity thing, man. I really believe, they trying to shuffle this thing around and see how many people can get it. And I really believe that, everybody gonna say that football is played and volleyball and other sports, but I'm not sure people understand the confinement of the classroom and how many students actually go through a classroom a day. If I got 34 students in a class and I teach 3 classes a day, that's up to 100 students coming in and out of my room. Not only in and out of my room, but they're changing and walking up and down the hallways. It's a little different than athletics. It's just a little different, especially with an open air field like football and baseball and some other things. I'm tempted to see how they allow people into these basketball games. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it. And we're talking about an area where you can't really spread out as much, right? So if the goal is you're going to have people sit through an hour and a half game with mask on, are masks going to be provided? Because the mask that I see that people are wearing, man, folks going to be passing out in a minute, man. It's just hot.
So my baby boy is in pre-K, and they are set to go back too when kindergarten and K through 8 grows back. So the teacher, she explained to the class today that they would be coming in to in-person class. And, you know, she was telling them she was looking forward to seeing them and meeting them all. And she told them she had masks for them that she would provide for each one of them, you know, and told them why they're wearing the mask and, you know, about being sick. But see, my thing is that nobody really is talking about, like, okay, so Rashida say her boy's not going back, which I truly understand, because I'm not sure if Jacob will go back either. But the problem is I think because they cut our checks, they don't really care about teachers' lives. That's my concern. You know, I'm all good, you know what I'm saying? I don't want any kids to get sick and all that, but I care about the educators as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like nobody's speaking for the educators. Nobody cares. I do not want to go to one of my colleagues' funerals because it's an election year. No, sir. No, sir. No,
I
sir.
agree with Sister Patty. It is time for us to stand together. But it makes it very hard when you have both the AEA and the AFT kind of co-signing and being okay with it. So I think we just need to stay the course, do what we can on the health issue. But we're definitely going to have some very trying times within the next 45 days. So praying for all teachers, praying for all administrators. Shout out to Dr. Carolyn Russell Walker. We know you're going to do everything that you possibly can to make sure that the Ramsey Rams are safe. That's both staff, scholars, and faculty. Shout out to John Lyons over at Huffman. I know he's going to do everything he can. And then just shout out to all of our principals, Don and everyone that's in administration. You guys, you have a task on your hand, and you're going to need wisdom, discernment, and direction as in the days to come. But skipping on to the next issue, man.
Because we can talk about that one all night. I'm ready to get on from that one because I saw in Mississippi, well, on the first day they set for in-person instruction. I think it was 158, if I'm not mistaken, 58, 56 teachers did not show up for school. And I'm willing to bet you're going to have something like that happen on your hand too.
You don't think they're coming, huh?
No.
Well, man, we're not going to prolong this thing. We're 20 minutes into the show. Shout out to Birmingham Let's Talk, man. 4-5 months now. And people are hitting me saying, hey, man, y'all not going to talk about this at all? Y'all not going to shed light to this at all? And I'm saying to myself, hey, we can talk about it. But
you look good at the virtual background, but we can't even see you. I need to throw my little virtual up there, boy. Look at you.
Oh man, I'm trying this thing. It's still you got to get lighting and all that. But hey, it is what it is. We'll get it. But yeah, we need a new party. We talked about this 5 months ago, Bert. 4 months.
Yes, sir. First show.
First show, and we have brothers who have been working behind the scenes for months now, trying to get plans out. And in comes Ice Cube. In comes Ice Cube.
It's Ice Cube. Man. So let me go ahead and first say that boy, y'all know how to drag a brother. Man, y'all know how to drag a brother. Man called Ice Cube a sellout because he spoke with Donald Trump. I mean, oh my God, man. I mean, like, do we really is are black people that indoctrinated to the Democratic Party that we can't even speak to a Republican candidate? Or is it just Donald Trump?
Both.
Is it just Donald Trump?
It's both.
I mean, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know this until I got a lot older. And as older I get, the more I see this. Man, there are so many black conservatives. Most blacks are conservative. I'm not saying they Republicans, I'm saying they're conservative. And we're conservative on all issues, except for when it comes to, American history and American politics because of the way we have been treated in this country. So we can't be conservative on that issue because going backwards for blacks is just bad. I got that. But for financially, fiscally, socially, for the most part, blacks are conservatives.
Very much. On everything, like you said. I mean, we could just do a roll call of the issues that we believe are just pretty much fundamental to us. Fiscal policies, our lifestyles, our religion. I mean, and you see it a lot in church, like change is definitely fought against. You have the older generation kicking against the younger generation, and you got those that are in the middle. Pastors are having to preach to three different generations. We're conservative on so many issues, but the president. And Brother Q has taken a pretty rough shot in the last few days. I mean, slamming him. I mean, I've heard and seen and read some names like, are we gonna call the brother who has started so many discussions around his music, around his movements, around his movies? Are we gonna literally sit up here and call this dude a sellout and a coon because he had a conversation?
That's sad, man. I know Dunst J. Trump is a buffoon. I got that. I'm not giving Dunst J. Trump any credit. All right, I don't want to give him any credit, but I'm let's go on. Let this be known. All right, Ice Cube had the contract. He created the contract. He presented the contract. He tried to present the contract to Biden and Harris. They told him to wait. A part of the contract, I went and looked at a part of it. A part of his contract for Black America is let's get our issues to Capitol Hill. Well, he met with the president. That is doing what he said in the contract. But a lot of people don't know anything about the contract, never read it, don't know where it's at, can't find it. All they know is he met with Donald Trump. He's a coon. I'm gonna go on Facebook and dog him out and drag his name across the mud because he met with Donald Trump. He met with the president of the United States of America to discuss furthering Black issues. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? We want somebody who'll be able to go talk to the president, right? I got folks on my Facebook page. I guess they thought Trump should have called them. Or maybe Ice Cube should have met with you. Nothing would have ever happened.
Well, I don't want to go against what the mainstream and see. First of all, Cube didn't meet with Donald Trump. All right, he met with campaign officials. He said it 4 times, and I think meeting with the campaign and meeting with him doesn't really matter much. But the mere fact is, he didn't do what Kanye did, and that's the only thing I really want to point out. He didn't go have a sit down and have a face-to-face with Donald J. Trump. He had a conversation with a campaign officials, and as you stated, Bert, he did reach out, but then he has stated on multiple platforms that they reached out to him. He said that the Biden camp liked 85%, 90% of what he had. They wanted to talk about it after the election. Trump campaign had heard about it, had wanted to engage him because they didn't understand the contract. And for those that have not seen the contract, and if you spoke on what was going on as if Cube was straight coon or a sellout and you hadn't read the contract, shame on you. But just in case you have not, I've posted it. We've shared it on the Birmingham Let's Talk podcast page. You can go back and look through it. It's 13 points. It's 22 pages long. And if you look at the platinum plan, which Donald Trump was dead wrong for coming out and trying to make a pitch to black male voters during this particular season of the election, because here we are 13 days away from election day, and we're thinking that Ice Cube and 50 Cent is going to flop the 7% of black male voters to Donald Trump's side. This is all a ploy to get to that 20% of the black male electorate. Don't be foolish, y'all. Cube been doing what he's doing now. He did it through song, he's done it through music, he's done it through business. Cube, if you go back and look, for months have said that he was going to meet with both sides and that he didn't have a problem meeting with neither side because he understood the dynamics of what previous civil rights icons have both said. Here's a quote from Martin Luther King, our famous, most taunted civil rights icon. He said, "I don't think the Republican Party is a party full of the Almighty God, nor is the Democratic Party. They both have weaknesses, and I'm not inextricably bound to either party."
Thanks.
Same thing. We won't organize any black man to be a Democrat or a Republican because both of them have sold us out. Both of them have sold us out. Both parties have sold us out 3 times. Both parties are racist.
Oh, thank you.
So both guys spoke their mind. Both guys were independent thinkers. And both guys had to speak to the people to galvanize the voters. Both guys. Martin met with Kennedy. Martin met with Johnson. And Martin criticized both equally. He also liked Nixon. He also liked others who were on the other side of the ticket. So he did Democrat and Republican, because what we got to understand, Bert, is that we need a new party.
But how do we not? Okay, I know we go into the new party, but this comment right here for real though. The new party is a must. All right, a third party option. And I've been saying I believe that in a true democracy, there are at least 10 parties for the people to choose from so that you can really get with your issues and your side. And I think this is a bigger problem I'm seeing because of this with the Supreme Court. All right. And that's how they're able to pack the Supreme Court with these 2 parties. But what we don't realize is they all think the same. Even the Democrat and Republic, man, they so close together that, I mean, y'all might see them arguing in Congress, but these people are the same. They got the same issues and same interests. All right. Did you know this one, John? Amy Coney Barrett, who is up for nomination for the Supreme Court Justice. Did you know that she's Catholic?
No.
Okay. Do you know how many other of the Supreme Court justices, the other 8, are Catholics?
Let me guess. 4 of the 8.
6 of the current 8 are Catholic. She would make the 7th Catholic on the Supreme Court. You see the agenda? I saw the day the book came out and said civil union, legal unions, same-sex marriage, legal. Cause man, y'all, hey, I be looking way deeper than y'all.
No. And since you went there, I must pivot because this kind of falls into our lap on the spiritual side, on the religious side. What about them Sunday blue laws now? And for those that don't know what Sunday blue law is about, how about them forcing religion, forcing a day, making Sunday a national Sabbath day through legislation?
Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church.
Y'all sleeping, man. We're talking what's real. If you got 7 out of 9 justices,
ain't gonna come in from who on that. I know Ivory gonna come in on that.
Where he at?
He ain't come in the chat.
You got to talk Jay. Platinum playing all black.
Come in on that Catholic thing.
I synced it coming, exactly. And so what we got to look at is Sunday blue laws are coming down the pipe, and this is all attached to prophecy. This is all attached to the big plan, the overarching plan. But the problem is many people thought that Joe Biden would be the one to do it because he's a Catholic.
He Catholic too.
Right. But Trump is the one who actually selected the last man standing, or should I say in this case, the last woman standing. And her Catholic ties gives them a 7-9 nod on that court. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. And so
don't they obligated to follow the Pope?
Hey, it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. And so I hope y'all are woke to the point where it does not matter what side it is. What we have to do now is we have to join forces with people like Q and people who are actually in places to have those discussions that got some dollars. Because if you don't have dollars, you don't have dignity in this country.
I mean, there are other parties, the Reform Party, the Libertarian Party, the Constitutional Party, Tea Party. There have been other parties in the last, 15, 20 years. Their candidates run under. Some have even made a run at the presidency. We know the Reform Party. Ross Perot ran as a candidate in 92. Had a good push. Might have stole a lot of votes from George H.W. Bush in his re-election try. But, I mean, we need a third party. Like I said, I think we need more. But I guess you have to start with the three. But the two-party system is a failure. It is failing our country. George Washington, the first president of the United States in 1798, his farewell address, 1796, he said that the two-party system would be the failure of the country. He said what happened will be that you will have some people will be far left and some people will be far right, and it'll come to a point where they'll never be able to agree and come to the middle. And I think our country has reached that point in 200 plus years as a nation. We are at a point where the far left and the far right are just far off.
I like what you said about George Washington, because the problem I have with the establishment, the American establishment, is they know the two-party system is a fraud. Hamilton, the Federalist Papers, they all talked about the factions. They all were very leery of factions, yet they were in factions with the Federalist Papers. As a matter of fact, since you brought him up, Ross Perot and Bloomberg both are on record noting that as independents, you're forced to go Democratic because you can't get the dollars. And one of them quote, and I quote it this way in a parenthetical way: they don't work together until they see opposition that has a real opportunity to push the voters in one way. Then they work together because they control the money pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Without Bernie Sanders been liberal for a while, but why is he having to run Democratic? Because he's begging for the money. He knows that the money pool is connected to the Democratic Party, just as with the Republicans. They're both in control of the American establishment. They both set the system up. And if you really want to break the system, you're going to have to find a way to become system breakers. We have to have some new neutral party that will be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Have you seen Designated Survivor?
No, I haven't. What's that one? Tell me about that one.
It's a series called Designated Survivor, and basically, the president, the vice president, all the folks, they kind of died in some kind of way, and the people select this guy, this guy to become president. He was He was recommended, and as he's carrying out the term, he runs for re-election. Long story short, he runs as an independent because he realized the failures of both parties. He hated the Democrats for being in power for so long and doing minimal change, and he did not like the other party, which was the establishment that was corrupt, to have policies that would not be for the working black man. Make no mistakes about it. Blacks have voted more Republican than Democrat. It's just facts.
Yeah.
We have voted more Republican than Democrat. The problem became in the 70s. And when you get Reagan, so a lot of blacks really felt Ronald Reagan. They liked Reagan. They felt like he was a break from the establishment, although he ran as a Republican. And so, listen, man, y'all slam Cube, and Cube like, look, I don't care about the political.
Man, they did my boy Ice Cube so wrong, man. Hey, folks ain't talk about Ice Cube that bad since NWA drugging, man. On niggas for life, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I do. You love to hate. You know what I'm saying? But man, so Cube was not taken serious. Check this out. So Cube was not taken serious by the Biden-Harris party. He really was not taken serious by the Trump party as well. And then black folks are dragging him all throughout social media. So check what this does though. So if I'm a black man and I got a plan or a contract or a plan for Black America, the whites won't talk to me and take me serious. The blacks are dragging me for trying to get at the table and talk to the man with the power. How can you get mad for somebody trying to go talk to the president who got the keys to the He got the keys. He can turn the lights on. I mean, all throughout the. I mean, this is so crazy because like people talk about, man, I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. I read the Bible, and I'm a Christian. Man, all throughout the Bible, there were kings who felt one way. Then God sent something or sent someone to speak to them, change their heart, and things change. But yet, Ice Cube, he got a plan and he trying to change the heart and the mind of the king. Come on, man. Come on. So what happens is the next time a black man want to step up and try to lead, he got to deal with all of this. He got to deal with all of that. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if Donald J. Trump, the tangerine tyrant, wanted to come on Birmingham Let's Talk, we would have a special edition. I would be going live immediately.
Of course. Of course. But here's the thing, and this is one of the things that King often push some of the leaders to kind of get outside of that box. If I only talk to one side, what happens when that side loses? Now you have another 4 years or 8 years to have conversational talk.
I mean, Trump already in charge. I mean, come on.
Correct. Now, again, if you have not, you need to go check it out. I'm going to share it so you can see it. But my boy legit, ain't no slipping in this pimping. He is the real deal. He has, ain't no slipping in this pimping.
Get him, man. Let it go. Tell him what time it is, man. Man, and this contract he did before the meeting with Trump. He did this.
Ain't no slipping in this pimping.
He did this. He set it up. He said that I saw him. He said, man, I've been trying to understand this political process more. No, I did not go to anybody's school or college for this education, but I've been studying for myself. And what's wrong with that? We got to go to their university institutions to get a degree in order just to, you know what I'm saying, for people to listen to you. You got to have DR by your name for people to. I know Ice Cube an entertainer and all, but man, Ice Cube then put out more socially justice material than the average entertainer over the past 30 plus years.
Exactly.
I don't think people realize he wrote all of NWA's first album, and he wrote all of Easy Does It. He wrote all of that controversial material that the FBI and the police shutting down their shows and all that. Man, he wrote all of that. They didn't have no other writer. He was the writer for NWA, just so you know. MC Ren started writing when he left.
F the police, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's what they said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why was Cube saying F the police in 86, 87, 88, 89?
Oh, yeah. Tell you about that Willie D interview with Cube. Real talk. You know Willie D gonna keep it real.
Hey,
if Willie D still down with Ice Cube, I know y'all should be down with him. Because Willie D, Willis.
Exactly. I mean, Cube is still talking about the same issues, bro. Ain't nothing changed. And the mere fact he's been consistent for 30 years deserves our support. He hasn't wavered. Yeah, he's in another tax bracket. Yeah, he don't have the same issues. Yeah, he didn't come to Inslee when he came to Birmingham. Whatever. Guess what? He knows the issues. He talks about the issues. He speaks on the issues. He tries to help with the issues. Let's not get it twisted. You don't have to be for somebody to have a conversation with them. Now, Vert, I'm about to say this one because I think our audience needs to hear this one.
Uh-oh.
Not only do you not have to be for somebody to talk with them, just because I talk about them doesn't mean that I don't like them. You can't say nothing about Biden or Harris.
Oh man, y'all are killing me with that one, man. Some people, I mean, they have taken this to the extreme. Man, y'all know we choose it from the lesser of two evils, but you can't even discuss their wrongs. You can't talk about the prison reform bill, you know what I'm saying? The prison bill Biden got. You can't talk about Kamala Harris prosecution record in California. We can't talk about anything because people are just so trunked out. And I get you. Y'all have declared war versus the tangerine tyrant. Y'all want him out. I got that. But man, we need to weigh all the sides. I'm not saying nobody go vote for the man. I'm not saying that. But we got to hold Biden and Harris accountable. They have to be held accountable too. It's not we are blind black people and we just go throw our vote to the Democratic Party every time and they can do and talk and say and you know have spotted background for 40 years. Then, he good now. Donald Trump, I can show you pictures of Donald Trump hanging with black entertainers for the last 30 years, 20 years. I can show you he got pictures with everybody. Donald Trump got a picture with all the black entertainers ever. And he's still the most racist, the one up there. But he got all the pictures with all the black folks. I mean, I've seen them, all of them. Oprah, all on them, hugged up with everybody.
All of them. Because him neither is either. He's not a Democrat.
Icon in rap. Man, Donald Trump was an icon in rap until he became a politician.
Man, everybody talked about Trump. Wayne, everybody. Donald Trump's name was mentioned by everybody. Pop, I mean, everybody. But now that he's a president, he had to solidify a base, and his base is just those people. White males and non-college educated white males, white people. That's who he targets too. That's his base. Now, I saw a thing that said that he's losing big time with college educated whites. They're leaving his campaign, and they even said women are beginning to leave his campaign. Because of the things that he's done. And then I saw this one, man, this one had me so weak today. They said Donald Trump has increased his lying over the last couple of weeks. They had a full chart with graphs and everything about how many lies he's told in the last week. Bro, he has told lives, but the other side. Okay, so, and I guess I need to make this point because with the new party that we must push, we need a new party. I saw a stat today. I went back and pulled some of my articles from election of 16 and some of the commentary from the congressional elections, midterms at 18. Between 90 and 100 million people did not vote in 2016 in the election. Between 90 and 100 million did not vote. Of that number, about 2 million Black men didn't vote. 1.8, 1.9 brothers didn't vote. And this is nothing more. The Trump campaign has done nothing more but use Q, unbeknownst to him, because he said it. I knew that they were going to spin it, either party, either way. They have used his platform to try to attach to that male electorate, that Black male electorate. Y'all, don't be stupid. We got 13 days to make change. Wow.
That's what I've been waiting on. Some Ice Cube people to talk about it. That's what I've been waiting on. I want this discussion. We need to hear it.
Okay.
Is he friends with Bannon, or is his friend friends with Bannon?
His friend is with Bannon.
Yeah.
And
money to make this thing go. We need a third party. We gotta have money to make it go.
Okay, now
there's only about 40 million Black people in America. We only make up about 12% of the country.
0.2.
Less than 13%.
12.9.
It's going to be hard for us to do anything by ourselves. That's why they come get us to help shift things. You can get the Black vote to shift an election, but it's going to be hard to win a whole election with just Black voters. It's not enough of us. He just told you that 90 to 100 million people did not vote in the election last year. Only 2 million were Black. That's another 90 million white people.
That's a lot of people.
Over 200, almost 250 million white people in America.
Yep.
Black only 40 million.
40.
I don't know if people understand that. Because sometimes we be like, man, it ain't fair. They had man, it was 10 people on the thing. They ain't have but one Black person. That's about the equal representation of America. That's about right. They only had one Black person nominated for the Oscars. That's about right. That's about the percentage that we make up in America. We want more seats than we actually hold.
Thank you, Brother Lanier. Thank you. You don't have to be on a team to have a conversation. Anyway, so what
Ice Cube came out and said, I support Donald Trump. Not one, I ain't heard him say it. Have you heard him say he supports Donald Trump? Matter of fact, I heard him say F Donald Trump. Yeah. He told his son, but he told his son.
He made a song last year, I think it was, or 18, 19, about Donald Trump. Basically stating what you just said. We have to become informed and stop going on what somebody else said.
We share anything we see on Facebook that we think we like. We share it. We don't read it. We don't background check, research, fake page, satire, whatever it is. We just run with it.
And we don't fact check enough. Trump came to Atlanta and boasted his platinum plan, right? That junk is 2 pages long.
Ice Cube's 22 pages. Ice Cube for America, Black plan for Black America, 22 pages.
Now, and it's 22 pages, and he just started after George Floyd. He didn't start it to after George Floyd.
July 1st, I think it was the first day he started that.
No, I'm saying he started collecting and getting the data together right after George Floyd death. Okay. Now we're talking, 6 months, maybe. What 4 months, 6 months?
Yes.
Okay. 6 months, and this man has had 4 years to come up with a plan to help Black America. Now, I must do this because we've had the show before where we talk about the difference between Black, people of color, minorities. Cube is on record on 4 different interviews. He's on Ricky, he's with Roland Martin, he's even on with Kumo, and he's on several different radio shows. He has continuously stated these words: I am for Black America, not people of color, not Indians. I am talking specifically to the descendants of slaves. Only those people who built this country from the ground up. I'm talking about those people. Those people is who my plan is for.
So you're not talking about Kamala Harris then?
No. He's not talking about her. Because that's not Black America. She's a person of color. Like I said, we've already had that discussion. And I think he's talking about an economic relief, right? Why is it that of this, $1 trillion relief, Black businesses sunk under 47% had to close their doors due to the pandemic? Well, we're bailing out the same big time companies over and over and over again. Why can't minorities get some of the, why can't Black American businesses get some of those loans? 3% of the loan pool. 3%. Let it sink in, America. 3% of the loan pool.
Hey man, I was just thinking about this, way off subject, but it's on subject. I was just thinking about it, just came through my head. Man, I wonder what people were saying when they threw Daniel in the lion's den. That's how they did Trump. I mean, they did Cube. He met with the king, and they just dogged him out. Oh man, just threw him in the lion's den, man. It just came to my head, man. I was thinking about old Daniel.
He in the fire.
Being trapped, you know what I'm saying? You're a slave in the country that you're a captive in the country. You get the opportunity to speak your mind and voice your opinion to the king, and then the rest of the slaves call you a coon and a sellout because you went and talked to the master. But the master called you to the table trying to see what's up. Man, come on.
And this ought to be noted too, my brothers and sisters. Cube didn't reach out to them this time. He had already reached out to both sides to hear his plan. They called him in. Biden camp said, hey, we'll wait till after the election. And let me say this. I know there are many that may disagree. There's nothing Biden can do until after the election. He doesn't have any power until after the election. He doesn't have any power to after the election. Now,
go with my fool. Go on, share that video, fool.
I was just going to say, now I saw Ivan shared a post with Cardi B, and that's an interview that has no potential to affect Black America. That's an interview. The same thing she talked about in that interview is already in the Biden plan. And if for those who haven't, that's on the page as well. The Biden plan is called the Lift Every Voice plan.
Man, he could have sat down with Q, sat down with Cardi B. Okay.
I mean, sitting down and having a real convo is two different things. I get it. He could have, right? As a matter of fact, on Q's page, Biden camp said that they would meet with him on the 8th of September. Q put it on his page. It was a breaking news. I'm about to share because I think people are forgetting this man has been working behind the scenes for months. I got that good share. Right here. There it is. It's right here on Ice Cube page.
There you go.
right here on Ice Cube page. Biden camp to meet with you September 8th. So none of this stuff is new. It's not new. September the 8th. If you hit the link and y'all, we shared it, you can see for yourself. The Biden camp has already said that they will meet with him. In August, when he was talking about meeting, he hadn't even selected the VP yet. So there are levels to this. Cardi B can get an interview with him anytime. Man, Cube has been on many different outlets over the last 6 months. But there's nothing Joe Biden can do until after November the 3rd. Period.
Express yourself. I'm expressing with my full capability. Now I'm living in correctional facility. I guess y'all thought Dr. Dre wrote that because he rapped.
That's all a hand of this man. Man, Cube, man, we can trust Cube. Yeah, that's the song. Arrest the president. That's it. I couldn't think. Yes, that's it right there. That's it. And speaking of which, since we got there, he talked about it. Easy had the label, right? They had to make deals with the people who had the money. You cannot play this game outside of the game. You can't be in the stands and call plays. You have to get on the field. You can do it, but you're just making noise. You won't impact or influence nothing. You have to be on the field. You have to get involved. The only way to undo this establishment is we got to work from within. Now, the Cube should have did a little homework, and got with some people, because what came out of it was the CBC, the Black Congressional Caucus, already has been addressing about 75% of his plan. The problem is the Senate has kicked against every single piece. Here's what I need y'all to understand. November 3rd, in 13 days, we have an opportunity. Forget the president. We have an opportunity to change the landscape of our children's future. The Democrats have the House today. On November 3rd, that could change. All 435 seats are up for grabs, and a third of the Senate. The Senate only needs 4 seats to take control. If we can grab this moment and attach it to the movement that is already in place, we can get criminal justice reform for real. We can get legalization of marijuana for real. We can get those criminals who have been locked up for life for a pound of weed for real. We can get these things because they are already on the table, but the Senate keeps blocking them. Already on the table is policies and reform to deal with the brutality, the policing forms, having mechanism where body cams are automatically on no matter what. But y'all, it's gonna come down to us stepping outside of our little comfy zones and our struggle zones, and whatever grievance you have with Biden 47 years ago. I saw 50 videos about he been in politics 47 years, but guess what? He might have been in politics 47 years. He may have had something to do with the crime bill. Give him an opportunity to fix it before he leaves here. That's what you do to corrupt politicians. Look at Wallace and what Wallace did for Alabama on his way up out of here. Wallace changed a lot in the state of Alabama. Now, yeah, we got a long way to go, but he made a lot of changes and he wrote off some of his wrongs. That's my belief.
Well, Trump wheelchair, dude. You got to get shot and go in a wheelchair for him to change his mind.
Hey, whatever it took, God got a way of breaking everybody.
He got a way of breaking them. Hey, I just pray he can change his heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the man had to get shot and get in the wheelchair to change his mind like Wallace.
Well, I don't want him to get shot. He almost in the wheelchair now anyway, bro.
Wallace said that my best friend is black.
He did. He did. But man, it's been real, y'all. I need y'all to understand. We got 13 days till we rock the vote.
I'm rapping the vote.
We got 13 days till we rock the vote. Now we're not talking about voter registration. We're talking about voter participation. The last day to vote, to register to vote, was Monday. Now I'm appealing to every person that's under the sound of our voice, every person that will click this live, every person that you share to, that has that's on the fence about this election. It's not just about the president. It's about policy. And we have an opportunity to get people in office that can begin to make the change necessary. Just trust the process. Just trust the process. The only way we can fight it is within. Trust the process. Hey, the plug is in the building. If you need a shirt, inbox us. All the shirt orders that have already been sent in, we're working on you. I want y'all to know we love you. And as always, we do our thing before we get up out of here. I want to pray for you. Father, in the name of Jesus, I ask now that you would protect, shield, and grant all of your choice blessings to all of those that are connected to us, God. We pray for America. We pray for Alabama. And we pray for Birmingham. God, instruct our leaders, give them wisdom, insight, and direction. Not only in government, but also in our churches and in our schools. We cover every principal, every administrator, every person that has to make tough decisions in these days where COVID-19 is rising, flu is on its way in, and fear has also creeped in. God, erase our fears, minimize our doubts, but increase our faith in a way that we can walk by faith and not by sight. I pray for the football teams, basketball teams, and everyone that is in close contact. God, just give us a shield of protection that we're shielded from COVID-19 in a very real and relevant way. I pray now for my family. I pray for Vert's family. I pray for all of our loved ones. God, keep us safe, but also enlarge our territories. It's in the powerful name of Christ we do pray. And at that we say amen.
Yeah, man. Need a new party. I'm talking about immediately. The blue and the red is dead. We need a green party or something, man.
We got to get that Black Wall Street party. We got to get any party, somebody party, but we got to get a new party because
Black Wall Street, black hearts up. Let's go.
Y'all shoot them hearts.
Hey, I know it's wicked out here, man. It's wicked. It's wicked out here, man. These folk crazy, boy.
Y'all shoot them hearts. Shoot them hearts. We love you, man. We about to exit.
One, two, three, and I come with the wicked style when you know that I'm up the wicked cool. Act like you know, cause I got everybody coming to the boot. No wicked rhyme, wicked sign. Like me from mom, got a cook full of nine. Break y'all and I'll slay y'all. I got the makeup, Baba, I y'all. Ready to go. And it's a must to go. Before I bust, motherfucker one that did it. Go and get it wrong, no, you never gonna get it. Cause I'm the one with the black man skills. And I won't come like the Buffalo Bills. Let the rap just feel it. You better reprogram just got 2 million. Oh, what a feeling. So just that and it has passed me the beer. And I'm playing something like the kill of meal. Like we take it, baby. I like that come to biggie. Take it, cause I get the wicked. Ice Cube, I know the game on, yes, I'm wicked. You know the mic and bust up the crowd, yes, I'm wicked. All of them y'all with the sound. My name is Tanya.
Hey, early vote this Saturday. Early vote this Saturday. Vote. Let me see y'all type it in. Vote. 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 We out.